and the Highlands. I'm your host, Derek Gabriel, and this edition, of course, with me is Commissioner Albert Bryan of the Department of Labor. Commissioner, we've been talking about some of your social programs for, of course, our unemployed, of course, your workman's comp program for those injured on the job. Let's focus on the programs that you have for our youth. Of course, being summer, let's go straight to your summer program.
Well, I love the youth, man. I think that's the heart of this job, and they're constant inspiration all the time. And visiting the high schools and going through, you always see why the Virgin Islands is always shine, because we got a great product coming up. Our summer program this year, we're up to about 450. We had some severe budget cuts this year, and we weren't able to extend that to the 600 or 700 that we usually do in the Virgin Islands, but we still had a great program. Actually, on Friday, the 5th of August, we're celebrating 20 years with our Labor Investing for Tomorrow, or our LIFT program. Commissioner Louis Llanos would be honored for that for 20 years ago. So we've been investing for so long that Gisette Canageda is a lifelong recipient. She'll be honored as well. She is a Casino Commission, former director of the IRB. When they started that program, those are the kinds of outcomes that they were looking at. And as not only as someone who has moved forward and is successful in government, Gisette has also given back in the community through Alpha Kappa Alpha and other organizations that she has contributed to over the years. So it's really a real proud moment for us. And we're also launching this new program called, I keep remembering things we're doing, called Uplift. And what we're trying to do is create mentors out of people who've been through the LIFT program to start now to put these young people who have all this talent in spots in the government so they can enrich, or in the private sector, here or abroad, through Facebook and through other social media on the internet. So we have a young guy on board now, Fernando Webster, and he's very creative, and he's doing some great things for us in terms of our summer program and making sure that our youth are okay. We also have the OJT, like I talked to you about, and we have a mentoring program that we're going to launch later this year called Common Knowledge, where we take brothers of different fraternities and organizations to take a bite out of crime by mentoring 6th through 9th graders in partnership with a Beacon School. But I don't want to talk too much about that yet because we don't have it together, but I'm really excited about that project. Our young people are really in crisis, especially our young black males, and our little sisters are in trouble too, but there are no social programs that concentrate on young black males, and the black men have a 17.3% unemployment rate. It's the highest demographic. So they also have the highest crime rate, the highest death among young people. So getting young people between 6th and 9th grade and really inspiring them and showing them the potential of their life if they do the right thing, that reinvestment in education, and sharing with them the things that we did when we grew up, like climb a tree. You know what I'm saying? I asked my daughter the other day, I said, have you ever climbed a tree? She said, no, I go to the grocery store if I want fruit.
That's definitely an eye-opener. And I know that you've also tried to shift the paradigm in our youth from thinking it's a summer program to it being year-round, using one of your new flagship programs, YouthNet, to kind of bring that message across. So go ahead and tell us some stuff about YouthNet.
YouthNet is a real engaging. YouthNet.vi is on the internet, and what it is basically the application that is the intent is to join all of our youth programs in the territory so that young people could go to one place and access the services of all the departments and nonprofits. That's my grand vision for it, and we've been slowly working, building it out. But our summer program for young people is not just to put money in their pockets, but it's to give them real job experience. And we've been trying more and more to push them in the private sector and make sure they don't end up doing somebody filing all summer or doing some other grunt job, knowing how the office etiquette is. Because you could be very educated, but if you don't know the mores of the office, you'll have a hard time succeeding in an office environment. So, and then getting a taste in the hospital, like you may want to be a doctor, but when you're face to face with the blood.
It's a different story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we had some great success in our exposure, and look forward to our YouthNet magazine, which will come out at the end of the summer, and it'll be featuring young people in the Virgin Islands in different occupations. I'm really excited about that too. I go to St. John to speak, and another young, bright Virgin Islander, he's in Stanford, he's doing this thing called VI Scholars, and he's exposing young people to successful Virgin Islanders and other people, what they could do with their life. Lincoln Library, I'm really proud of what he's doing, and I'm looking forward to doing VI Scholars this year.
Wow. I mean, Commissioner Bryan, just from talking to you, it seems like you have so many great things on tap, even though you're being faced with these budgetary constraints, like, as you talked about, we're being challenged to be more creative with what we have. And I think that you and your staff have definitely stepped to the plate. You should be commended for that. And I think, we're all excited about some of the programs that you have coming on board. And we're ready to see what you have for us, not only to wrap up the summer, but going into the second part of the year and beyond. So I want to thank you for coming on with us. Thank you for bringing those programs to us and to the people of the Virgin Islands, because it's definitely commendable.
Thank you. I have thanks to God and my staff, man. I have a great staff that really makes it look like magic. Make me look good, make it look easy.
Definitely. Again, thank you. You've been watching Eye on the Islands. Your host, Derek Gabriel. With me today, Commissioner Albert Bryan from the Department of Labor. Stay tuned for us for more editions with more people from our government agencies.